All right, so we're going to go over the practice test from yesterday. Now, hopefully, you kind of went through this. I gave you a couple tries. This is going to be set up just like the test tomorrow or later this week. This is, a way that we can actually do some things as needed. All right. So you have to match the equation with the correct answer. All right. There's 5 problems. There's 10 choices. So you have to really pay attention to your choices. All right. So let's go ahead, start solving these. Divide by -3. Where'd my calculator? There we go. All right. We end up with y equals 1.7, or you could have got 1.7 equals y. But you need to have it like this because that's how it's going to be listed here. All right, over here, we're going to have to multiply by -3, and we should get x equals 27. And there's that one's choice right there. All right. The reason why this one has parentheses around it is because in the past, there has, when I printed it out, you would not be able to see the negative right there. So, and I'm still working on some things for that. So you're going to subtract 12. 7n equals -35, and we divide by 7, divide by 7. All right, so we get n equals -5. So that choice would have been up here. Okay. Now this one, now if you use your calculator, you would have got it. I do want to show you this. See how all these are the same? We can actually just take this top right here and set it equal like that. I think I might have done that in Algebra 1 at one point in time, but I really like this problem because it's a lot easier than what people think. All right, so we have a equals -3, and there's that one. Yeah, I'm color coding them. You know me, I like doing that. All right, so scrolling down, here's our last one. Now, first thing you have to do is distribute. -2j plus 6 equals -2j plus 6. So hopefully, I know I've talked to some of y'all on the student help sessions. You've been writing down the notes and you've been working it out in your problems. Some people have their own notebooks and stuff. That's awesome. This one actually ends up being IMS because remember, you can stop. That's the same thing on both sides. Okay. So this is actually how it should look when you get done. And all these are distractors like you would have on the ACT or something like that. So trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, trying to get y'all to think a little bit, work on this without having to use photomath all the time, and also trying to let y'all have some test taking skills at the same time. Because I know a lot of times y'all I've had students do awesome in class, and then all of a sudden they take the ACT or something, and because the way the test is set up, they don't do very well. All right. Here's another matching problem. I kind of like the matching for right now. We'll figure some other stuff out here soon. All right. So to work down. All right. We have to actually add 0.9 to both sides. Okay. Now and I don't know why I put subtract. All right. So we get -1.6 here. It's like that. But if you look at all your choices, all the variables are on the left-hand side. That means that it's going to look like this. Aha. So here's our answer for that one. All right, right here, it's a fraction. We got to multiply Negative 5 over 9. Now remember, when you multiply by a negative or divide by a negative, you have to flip the inequality sign. So that changes, and now I'm left with 9. Okay, so here's two choices right beside each other. See, the only difference is the actual inequality. So really pay attention to what you're doing. Take your time. All right. All right. Moving on. Got to distribute. So 2x plus 4 minus 3x is greater than or equal to negative 1. All right. We got to combine like terms. Well, our only like terms are these right here. I get negative x plus 4. All right. Subtract 4, subtract 4. Getting away from me here. Negative x is greater than negative 5. All right, if you were to multiply or divide, a lot of people are divided by negative 1. Remember, we divided, so that changes the sign, so x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, so x is less than or equal to 5. See, there's the answer. There's the distractor right there. All right, now also, some of y'all will get the answers by what they're not, and that's like you would do a process of elimination on multiple choice and stuff. So that's a test taking skill. All right. Now, this last one. Distribute, distribute. So we have 18y minus 5 less than or equal to 18y minus 6. All right, so when we move one of the 18y's, it doesn't matter which one because they're both the same. We end up with negative 5 is less than or equal to negative 6. Negative 5 is not less than or equal to negative 6. Negative 5 is actually greater than negative 6. Okay, so this is no solution. And that's this one here. Okay, so pay attention. I think I've said that a lot. I wonder if it's important. Dun, dun, dun. So this is how the answer should look when you have it set as you're going through. Okay, all right. So this is a true or false. Yes, we have true or false in math now. That's because I'm smarter than the average bear. Okay, so first thing we have to do is subtract 6. Negative 15 is less than 3m. 12, and then we are going to end up dividing everything by 3. All right, just because you get a negative right here does not mean that you flip the sign. We didn't multiply nor divide by a negative. All right, so this is actually what I got as my answer. So this one is actually true. Okay, so if you work out the problem, you should be good to go. All right. Now, this is one of these things, or I don't know if you remember previously, I said you can usually tell the answer by what it's not. So let's work with just this problem right here. All right, again, test taking skills. 5y is greater than 10. So y is greater than 2. All right, this is y is less than 2. No. Okay, it's got to be true for both of them. So this one's actually false. Okay, remember, pay attention to what you're doing. All right, absolute value equations, multiple choice, but they all look so similar. You're welcome. And then we're going to have 5x minus 3 equals to negative 17. Remember, on absolute value equations, it's the same thing, except on the second one, you do the negative right here. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. All right, this would be 20 x, and this would be negative 14. All right, so when we divide by 5, and everything. We get x equals 4. Okay, here's one of the answers. This is x equals negative 14 or 5. Aha, this is another one. Now, I do have it on the multiple choice. It's set up to shuffle the responses. So, you know, when you took it, it may not be the same thing as it was for this. Okay. All right, moving on to x equals 10 to x equals negative 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Okay, x equals 5. There's one. X equals negative 5. There's another. Okay, and I put these up here in case you, instead of dividing, you subtracted. Those I had in class before, that's what you would do instead of divide. Okay. All right, this one right here. Remember, it's the same, but then you flip the sign and you multiply it by a negative. All right, so we add 4 to both sides. All right, so we got x greater than 7. So here's one of them. X is less than 1. Okay, here's the other one. So yeah, they all look super similar. That's you know, in a day and age when you're taking these tests at home, I can't monitor it. I have to go on the, the trust thing that you're actually going to not cheat. But, I would be tempted as if I was a student. I guarantee you I'd be tempted, especially if I had issues with math. Now, I'm not saying to cheat, but there's no way I can really keep you from it. But I highly suggest you don't because you won't learn anything. All right, here's one of them. X greater than negative 9 over 2. And here's another one. All right, so let's see if we got another one. And we don't. All right, so that's just a kind of quick overview. Your test will look very similar, same type setup, matching and things like that. So you'll be able to go from there. Okay. All right.